Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, do you know what I learned this week? I learned that a spider isn't actually an insect. It's something called an arachnid. Can you say arachnid? So here's how it works. Insects have 6 legs, and arachnids have 8. Do spiders have 6 legs or 8 legs? Right, they have 8. That means they are an arachnid. The animal kingdom is so big and full of so many amazing creatures, but it's hard to keep track of all of them. Have you ever wondered how people figure out how to keep track of all the creatures on Earth? Well, scientists actually have a system for organizing animals into groups, kind of like sorting your toys into bins so you always know where everything belongs. Today, we're going to take a journey from the very top of the animal kingdom all the way down to the tiniest categories. Are you ready? Scientists use something called classifications to organize all the living things on Earth. This system is called taxonomy. Can you say taxonomy? Taxonomy is like a giant filing cabinet or a family tree that organizes every living thing on Earth. It works from the very largest groups down to the very smallest, most specific ones. Let's explore step by step. Okay, do you like the episodes where I try to pronounce really big words? Well, if you do, this episode is for you. The first question we have to ask is, how many different animals are there on Earth? Well, as far as we know, there are over 1 million species, maybe even 2 million different species on Earth. So there are tons of different categories to put them all in the right places. And we're just going to scratch the surface today because there are just so many. It would be impossible to talk about them all. So what we're going to do is categorize them. Are you ready? Let's start at the top. The first category is the kingdoms. There are 6 kingdoms of life. There's one for fungi, there's one for bacteria, but today we're focused on the animal kingdom. Or, as scientists like to call it, animalia. Can you say animalia? This kingdom includes all the animals of the earth. Your dog, if you have a dog, is in the animal kingdom. The ant you just saw crawl across your floor, that's in the animal kingdom too. Okay, so that one is pretty easy. Animals are in the animal kingdom. Now let's make things a little trickier. Next is phylum. Can you say phylum? This is like splitting the animal kingdom into super big bins based on body structure. For example, animals with backbones are in chordata. Can you say chordata? Dogs, whales, elephants, they all have backbones, so chordata. Animals without backbones, like insects and crabs, are in arthropoda, which means jointed legs. Okay, now let's go a level beneath phylum. Here's the next category. These are called classes. Inside each phylum, scientists divide animals into classes, like mammalia, so mammals, warm-blooded, give milk to their babies, or aves, which are birds, feathers, they lay hard-shelled eggs. Or reptilia. These are reptiles, scaly, cold-blooded. Now let's go a level below that. Let's go to order. The next level down is called order. An order groups together animals within a class that share certain features, like carnivora for meat-eating mammals. It's a way of narrowing big classes into smaller related sets. So, like within Mammalia, you have Crocodilia. What do you think a crocodilia would be? Right, crocodiles, alligators. So it's an animal kingdom. Phylum is Chordata, meaning it's an animal with a backbone. The class is Reptilia, meaning it's a reptile. And then the order is Crocodilia, meaning it's a crocodile alligator type animal. Okay, that's already a lot that we've talked about so far. Let's do a recap. Kingdom, phylum, class, order. Next is family. A family is even more specific, grouping very closely related animals like the cat family, Felidae, or the dog family, Canidae. Members of a family usually look and behave in very similar ways. So, Felidae is cats, Canidae, dogs, wolves, foxes, or Ursidae, those are bears, polar bears, panda, American black bears. Underneath family is genus, and genus is like an animal's surname, linking species that are extremely close. For example, lions and tigers are both in the genus Panthera. Felis are small cats like the house cat, and Canis are wolves and dogs and coyotes. Okay, so kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus. Here's the final one, the very lowest level. It's called a species. A species is the most specific level, describing one kind of animal. Members of the same species can breed with each other to produce more of the same animal. For example, lion is Panthera leo, or tiger is Panthera tigris, or house cat is Felis catus. Those were a lot of names to keep track of. Let's recap, because if you can remember all of these categories, you are a science expert. Here, repeat each one after me. Are you ready? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Some people use this little rhyme to remember the names. Kings play chess on fine glass sets. Get it? KPCOFGS. Each one of those words starts with one of those letters, and those are the same letters that begin each of the categories: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Oh, right, and phylum is one of those words that actually starts with PH instead of F. Let's think of a way to make that into a little bit of like a song. KPCOFGS. There you go. KPCOFGS. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Kingdom is the largest group. It's just all the animals together. Phylum splits the animals into really big bins, like the ones with backbones and the ones without. Class gets groups you've heard of together, like mammals, birds, reptiles, fish, and insects. Order makes the groups smaller, like putting meat-eating mammals together or songbirds together. Family is kind of like, think of a team inside of a bigger group. All the animals on this team share a lot of the same features, like the dog team, wolves, foxes, coyotes. Or the cat team, lions, tigers, house cats. And then genus separates them even more. So lion and tigers are one genus, and then house cats are a different one. It just gets more and more specific. And then finally we have species, and that's just a specific animal, like a house cat or a lion. That all probably still sounds a little complicated, doesn't it? So I've come up with an example that'll make this a little bit easier to understand. Let's do the same thing with Legos. Okay, so all toys would be a kingdom, the toy kingdom. Then for Phylum, that would bring it down a little bit more specific. That would be building toys, like Legos or wooden blocks, Connects, Magnetiles. Below that would be class, and that would be specifically Lego toys. Just Lego now. Lego is a class. Then from there, we have order, and this would be maybe Lego-themed sets. So Lego City would be one order. Lego Ninjago would be another order. Lego Friends would be another order. And then under that would be family. This would be one theme in detail. For example, Lego City. You might have sets about police or fire stations or trains. And then under that would be genus. This would be a group of very similar sets. For example, all of the Lego City fire station sets. And then the species would be one exact Lego set. Maybe the downtown fire station Lego set that you have in your house right now that you build. That would be the species of Lego set. Let's put it all together now with a poodle, okay? Let's figure out all the categories for a poodle. All right, so let's start with the kingdom. Is a poodle an animal? Yes, a poodle is an animal, so it belongs in the Animalia category, or kingdom. Next is phylum. Does a poodle have a backbone? It does, so it belongs in Chordata. Next is class. Is a poodle a mammal? Mammalia? It's a mammal, warm-blooded, has fur, and gives milk to its babies, so mammalia. Underneath that is order. Does a poodle eat meat? It does, so it belongs in order Carnivora. Next is the family. Is a poodle in the dog family? Yes, Canidae. And then for genus, is a poodle a dog or a wolf? Yes, so Canis. And then finally the species. For poodle, that would be the gray wolf, or Canis lupus. So there you go. Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, Carnivora, Canidae, Canis, Canis lupus. We did it! Whew! Or maybe we can just call it a poodle. But now we know how to categorize it the scientific way too. Because yes, obviously a poodle and a crocodile are different animals, but now we can actually categorize it so we can explain why. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What kingdom do all animals belong to? That would be the animal kingdom, or Animalia. What's the difference between insects and arachnids? Insects have 6 legs, and arachnids have 8. What is the smallest unit of animal classification? That would be, let's see, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. What order are dogs in? Remember, it was Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia. What was the order underneath that? The meat eaters. Carnivora. That was you know what? If you got that one, that was a tough one. I'm super surprised and super impressed if you got that. Okay, let's play true or false. True or false? All mammals have fur or hair. Yep, that is true. True or false? Spiders are insects. False. They are arachnids because they have 8 legs. Insects have 6. True or false? A dolphin is a type of fish. That's false. It technically qualifies as a mammal. It has a backbone and it has to come up for air. Would you rather be able to fly like a bird or swim underwater like a fish without needing air? I would definitely fly around. It would be so cool to swim underwater. I can't deny it, but being able to fly anywhere, that would be so cool. All right, let's play What Am I? What am I? I have feathers. I lay eggs with hard shells. Some of us fly, but not all. That would be a bird. Okay, what am I? I have a backbone. I feed my babies with milk. I can be as small as a mouse or as big as a whale. What am I? That would be a mammal. All right, one more. What am I? I have 6 legs. My body has 3 parts. Some of us fly and some of us don't. What am I? That would be an insect. Okay, one more game. I'm going to name an animal and you guess what group it belongs to, okay? What about a tarantula? Is that an insect or an arachnid? All right, well, let's think. How many legs does a tarantula have? A tarantula has 8 legs, so arachnid, very good. Okay, what about a dolphin? Is a dolphin a fish or a mammal? Right, a dolphin is a mammal. What about a falcon? Is that a reptile or a bird? A falcon is a bird. What about a jellyfish? Is it invertebrate or mammal? It's invertebrate. It does not have a backbone. What about a frog? Amphibian or bird? It's amphibian. Okay, how did I do today? Trying to pronounce all of those really big words. You guys know, big words like that are tough for me sometimes. I hope I did okay. I really tried to make sure I got them all pronounced just right. Today we learned how scientists organize life into groups: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. KPCOFGS. I hope you had fun learning all the different classifications. It really is amazing to think of how many different animals there are and how many different categories there are just to keep track of all of them. It is amazing. What's your favorite animal? And what kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, thank you so much for telling other parents about this show. Please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com. See you tomorrow.